Well, the Northwest Provincial Government has set aside 1.2 million rands towards the province's school safety program aimed at fighting crime and criminality in and around school grounds. This, of course, was according to the Premier Job Mokgoro.
Here's our reporter, Sentleeng Lehihi, who attended the State of the Province address.
At the Northwest Provincial Capital in Mahikeng in the Northwest, we've just seen Premier Job Mokgoro give his State of the Province address, which was the first State of the Nation address of the sixth administration. We saw him go at length speaking about, being very aware of where the province is in terms of severe lacking in provision of services to many of its communities. But it has committed itself to ensuring that all communities that have embarked on service delivery protests that we've seen in recent days will then be able to get the much needed services from government based on the commitments that were explained today. We have seen him also, come really down on municipalities who have been found wanting in the recent Auditor General report, where we found that none of our 21 municipalities got a clean audit, and in fact those that were placed under administration severely failed to up their game and accept the administrators that were put in place. We also heard him touch on what was revealed in terms of the impact of corruption in the province, having cost the province an excess of 2 billion, and he's saying that they've in fact upped their cooperation with the Hawks to ensure that those who are found wanting and at fault are brought to book and dealt with correctly. He's made significant promises to rural communities who we've seen during election time, calling for intervention in the erection of proper road services there to ensure that they also have access to services. He has said that his government is totally committed to ensuring that not only roads but housing and other services like water in this water scarce area are provided. But for more context and understanding on the impact of what the Premier has said, I'm joined by the main opposition here, Papiki Babuile. Can you explain to us as the EFF your sentiments about what the Premier has explained?
We think that the Premier has said nothing, because whatever he said now is what he has been saying all this time. Last year when he did the State of the Nation, he did the same thing. He put he committed, but there was no timeline on how he's going to do that in all those commitments. I'll make a typical example. The Premier have just said now they are going to open a state pharmaceutical company, but he never said where and when is he going to do that. The budget for that pharmaceutical company, where is it going to come from? He's not saying anything about that. The Premier says they have 44 cases opened against officials who have get involved in corruption, but none of those officials is convicted so far. For more than a year now, none of the politicians who are leading in different municipalities, in different departments, have been arrested for any corruption or wrongdoing in those municipalities. Instead, what we see now is the promotion of those individuals from different municipalities being promoted to the provincial government.
Now, the Premier has also explained to us that he believes that the province is experiencing relative calm, which will then be the stepping stone to ensuring that the current administration we're seeing would be concluded. Do you believe that we're at the right time to conclude our administration?
It's pure lies, because just yesterday, there was a serious protest where the communities, in particular the ANC people in Tlokwe, were digging on the tie route. Now, where is calm there? There's no calm in this province. You will continue to see protests happening, but all these protests are led by ANC because they are fighting their own internal battles.
Do you believe that now, with his pronouncement that he will deal with the political instability that is causing social unrest, do you think that he's capable of ensuring that, the administration is done for the benefit of the people and not the political interests?
No, there's nothing like that.
It is clear from those sentiments that Premier Job Mokgoro faces a mammoth task, bringing the social contract here with the people and ensuring that they believe in his leadership. Opposition believe that this is just pure rhetoric that has been said from times that we have seen. For more context and understanding, I'm also joined by a representative of the Democratic Alliance. What do you make of what the Premier has said? Do you believe that in fact we are at a point where we're politically stable enough to ensure that we bring proper governance and services to our people?
Well, I don't think we are at the level where the government is stable, because you see, we're still bringing and recycling the same old MECs who have not been delivering, and nothing has changed. What will make them deliver?
What would you have liked to hear from the Premier's address that you feel that was not touched on?
You see, the Premier must put time frames on whatever he says, and he must tell us the action plan, when it will start and when is it expected to end.
Thank you very much for your time. It is clear that from the sentiments of the opposition parties here, the Premier certainly does face a mammoth task to ensure that all his policy suggestions do not end as just suggestions, but are given time frames where the people can say, this is what he says promised and this is where we see the progress. For now, I'm just going to give my colleague Philip Mudutra space to show you there's a picture moment that has been taken there. Premier Mokgoro, flanked by the Deputy Speaker and the Speaker, members of the legislature. Everybody is taking an opportunity to take a picture as part of the first SOPA of the 6th administration. It's a colorful day, but for now, back to you in studio.